Hello Internet, this is TheRoschi and I'm back with some more Genshin Impact gameplay, and we're moving right along into Kokomi's Story Quest. That's right, we are talking about the Sangonomiya High Priestess today, and what she's up to and how she works and how she thinks and the things involving the things that do the stuff. It's Kokomi time. Let's get into it. Now, I'm entering this not long after I played the Raiden Shogun Story Quest Act 1. Is this going to live up to that? I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm excited to hang out with Kokomi.
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her. Do you still remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the resistance troops still remember you.
I would hope so. This is interesting, because for me, it wasn't that long ago. They're making it seem like you've been gone for a while, like you already left the island. And it's like, oh, you haven't been here in quite some time. I wonder if so-and-so remembers you, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's weird. Considering that I'm playing these in chronological order for the most part, like, this isn't that far from the Archon quest. It's literally, like, 1 or 2 quests after it. Like, 2 or 3, actually. 2 or 3 quests after it, I guess. If you're including, like, world quests and stuff. Huh. Okay. Sure, Paimon.
Things on the island must have changed a lot since then. Oh, shall we take a look around?
Okay. It's a little weird. It's a little weird writing.
If the enemy outnumbers you, seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into 2 teams, one to draw their attention and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. They'd have nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokomi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can afford to engage the enemy at this time.
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely there must be another way.
Her Excellency's directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come from,
Oh, it's us.
Hey,
We've been set up.
What are you guys up to?
You know, they're just going to war.
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
Here to lend a hand.
That's great! Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. You've arrived just in time. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into 2 teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
I am a whole army on my own, so why not?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui. Whatever they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
Good. There's not a moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward.
This plan should be the other way around. Their troops should be holding the front, and a singular person, such as myself, should be the one doing the sneaking and setting the fire and whatnot. It's weird to have it like just me fighting the horde that comes. The horde, for lack of a better word, I don't know. Like the troops that come in, and then they have their whole squad set fire to the ship. I don't know. Seems a little backwards, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe there are people fighting with me and I just don't. But he doesn't want to split his squad. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Okay, yeah, you take yourself and your squad and go do the thing that takes one person to do.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation under control.
Paimon, it's been 3 days. Alright, here I go killing again.
Frozen. Crisp. Flash blast.
Beg for mercy.
With the flash freeze.
Crush. Flood of frost. More speed. Written in the stars.
Oops, I didn't want to do that. It doesn't matter.
Comrades, they've set the ship on fire. An arson attack.
There's more.
There's no excuse for them. They leave us no choice but to attack. Comrades, let's make them regret it. Get out of my way.
Crush.
So quiet.
Yeah, we did alright.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi? Let Paimon see. Oh, wow. This is a whole book. Is it all Kokomi's directives?
Yeah. Well, no, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Oh, damn.
Are you serious?
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Oh, understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone writing them all down. Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence.
Is Swordfish 2 still going strong, soldier?
Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to normal life.
Valid.
About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said they'd have to drag him away from the front line, kicking and screaming.
Your buddy needs a reality check.
The spirit of the Resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we can find her, Guru?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Bourou village. There were reports of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the soldiers.
Okay.
I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They won't say. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like it one bit. I suspect there's trouble afoot.
Sure, I'll see what I can do.
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again. Ready when you are.
Warriors' dreams like spring grass renewing. Fantastic. Hello, Denjiro. How goes it?
Wait, aren't you Captain of Swordfish 2?
I was.
Oh, it is you! Oh, you have our gratitude. Watatsumi Island wouldn't have come to peace without your efforts.
I know, I'm kind of cool. Thanks.
I wasn't with Swordfish 2, but I did see you in Tatarasuna.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Oh, it was quite the show.
Oh yeah, that thing. When it was like, put up your strongest warriors to settle this, and then they threw 3 guys at me.
Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service.
I've heard people are a bit on edge these days.
On edge, you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed it too. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean?
I do.
Every single person looked death in the face that day. It's not an experience you forget in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again.
Yeah.
I think things will improve, but it's gonna take some time. I don't know what else it could be, but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, Watatsumi Island is safe. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice guy. Let's go ask some other people.
Okay. Yeah, so that is a thing, I think. I kind of made a joke before in poor taste, saying the guy needs a reality check. But I was thinking it as, it depends on the context, right? Because if the guy is like, I just want to go back to the military because I want to fight, because I want to kill, or whatever that is, that's not the right reasons to be wanting to be in the military. But there are people that, you know, like veterans, that may feel out of place once they leave the military. Because it's what they're used to, and they kind of got into this whole rhythm, for a lack of a better way to say it. I don't know, I'm not a soldier, right? I just know that some people struggle when they exit that whole situation, and then they try to readjust to normal life. And it's a while, and it doesn't even have to be just military stuff. You could be living in another country, I'm using myself as an example now, and moving between country and country. You have to, there's like a culture shock, and there could also be like this reverse culture shock. And you just have to kind of adapt to how things are, or how they were, or how they were. So for me, when I went to Japan, I had to get used to how things were there. And then after the 6-ish years I was there and I came back, I had to just kind of get my mind right, because it felt weird. Now that's not exactly like this. It's not nowhere near as stressful as it is for a soldier. I have utmost respect for people, you know, that serve and do that thing. But yeah, I can see why people would be on edge right now after dealing with what they just went through. It's hard to suddenly just be like, you're just go back to normal life. Get normal jobs, you're fine. Like, really? Just like that? I don't know. Yeah, so they could be kind of wily about it. And the other thing I wanted to say before I talk to this guy is, yeah, Goro referenced the texts that he was reading, of different, of how to deal with different scenarios when it comes to fighting the enemy and stuff, and said that they were Kokomis. That is very cool. That is some insight into Kokomi being this, you know, this strategist. You know, I mean, yeah, she is their leader, so she would know things, but you wouldn't think a character who is labeled as a high priestess to also be like this military mastermind of sorts. It's pretty, it's cool. And the stuff that Goro was reading, he seemed kind of surprised. Like, he's like, this is kind of brutal. But hey, if it works, it works. And if you're at war, it's kind of a thing. As long as you're not committing war crimes, it's you know, it's sort of, that's just how it goes. Anyway, Arisawa, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Peace at last. Living the dream.
Don't I know you?
You might.
I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's army. So, do you need something?
I think I'd be kind of hard to forget. Especially because she's here too. But it's fine, I get it. I'm sure you see plenty of people that look like us that you could mix us up for. I hear people are feeling unsettled at the moment.
Unsettled? Unsettled how? I haven't noticed anything.
Oh.
Not that I would, necessarily. I keep to myself, mostly. They're all too rowdy for me.
Okay.
We're at peace now, finally, and I, for one, intend to make the most of it. My life right now is about two things and two things only. The sun and the sea breeze.
Okay.
Sorry that I can't be more help to you. I'll tell you someone you could ask, though. Sangonomiya. She knows everything.
Are you falling asleep on me right now, dude?
Huh. Seems he's about to fall asleep.
Yeah, what the heck?
Let's leave him to rest and go find someone else to ask.
Okay. Arisawa, I'm not sure if I enjoyed that interaction with you. You're kinda... I don't know. That guy is the opposite of being on edge.
Ugh, I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me a break. Why would she agree to that?
Exactly. Everyone knows you can't trust the Tenryou Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the Fatui and plan to continue their attacks.
Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together firsthand.
Gosh dang Fatui.
I knew it! The Tenryou Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's kind of naive for Her Excellency to take them at their word, isn't it?
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Hey there! What you talking about?
Captain, you're back.
I remember you. I'm here to join you at the victory feast.
Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
I can hear you. I'm standing right here. No, let's not mention it. He's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been his idea. Bro, I'm still standing right here.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. We should probably play it safe.
Yeah, you guys play it safe. You're doing a great job.
Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
I don't like that you just lied to me like that.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
God damn it, Paimon. Both of us going, Oh, man. Alright, hey, guys, you know.
Reporting in, Captain. Nothing to report.
Yeah, you liar.
If you're looking for Her Excellency, you should find her in the village.
Yeah, okay, I was just making sure. Making sure that's it. Yoshihisa, I'm disappointed in you right now. Tsuneo, I wish I don't think I've met you before, and if I did, damn, sorry that you're forgettable. Oh, man, okay. At the Bourou village. You guys.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryou Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island. I knew something was off about a Tenryou Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
I imagine this is one of the guys on Edge. Matsuda.
I'm innocent.
That was convincing. Good job, man.
Ha! You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone do business here.
Oh.
Take him away.
Who are you telling your friend to take him away? It's your job to take... Okay, hold on. Are we?
Wait!
Oh, Kokomi's here.
Kokomi! There you are! Something's going down over here! You should take a look! Pronto!
Your Excellency! This merchant is suspected of criminal activity, so we seized him for questioning.
Suspected. You need evidence, my guy.
Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly probable that he has been supplying the Tenryo Commission behind the scenes.
I haven't.
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here, shall we? Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura, I understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself.
Mm-hmm.
If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions.
Damn straight.
Excuse me, sir. As you know, my subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could explain your side of the story to help me reach a verdict.
Of course! I can explain everything.
You better start explaining then. These guys are crazy.
I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then,
I know it's not the word, but he says trader, like trading goods, but it could sound like traitor. So if these guys aren't paying attention, you know, I'm a trader on the island. I knew it. Get him. He's digging his own grave.
But then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now you think about that. First I lose all my inventory, then I get treated like a criminal.
Huh.
And why should we believe you?
We ran into some Fatui.
So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods.
I mean, you're right.
And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryo Commission's hands. They're in this together.
But you can't prove that they didn't take his goods. So, what are you saying?
What? The Tenryo Commission are colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
Would the Tenryo Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? Seems unlikely to Paimon. We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now.
Okay, cool. So we are referencing the Raiden Shogun Story Quest Act 1.
But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing. Kokomi, do you know anything about it?
We accidentally on purpose. Interesting.
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryo Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location.
Oh, nice.
Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I'll bet that's where that hideout is.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your goods, and if everything is in order, it will prove your innocence. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryo Commission, I expect you to fully comply with our investigation. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Okay, so I mean, if the guy was doing something fishy, he would not be so okay with this. I mean, I already had the feeling he was just kind of being accused because the soldiers are on edge and we knew that going into this, but there was like maybe like a 5% chance I was thinking he could be like, yeah, sure, and just kind of be a little weird about it, but nah, that would be doom. That'd be doom if he lied like that.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, I mean, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation?
Yes. Ma'am, yes ma'am.
At ease, soldier. For the time being, at least, we are in peacetime. Besides, I'm sure you won't be on Watatsumi Island forever. Whatever titles we may have, we're friends first and foremost.
Okay.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryo Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it.
Looks like we're gonna find a Fatui hideout, possibly. Kick some ass. Maybe even use Kokomi a bit, which would be nice because Kokomi is a character that I am one day hopefully looking forward to having on my team. Possibly.
This must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a hilichurl camp. Who knows why the Fatui occupied it?
Looks pretty heavily guarded. How are we supposed to get in?
Not by brute force, that's for sure. But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage, and we haven't given away our position so far. Our enemy is in the light, while we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand.
And what does the Grand Strategist have in mind?
I think we have 3 options available.
Yes.
Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. Nothing more than a few scattered remnants. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight.
Okay.
Option 2. Hit them where it hurts. Over there, for example, a store of gunpowder cakes. If we manage to discreetly set the gunpowder alight without alerting them, it would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard. Both their morale and fighting capacity would be severely impaired. Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and together we can shock them into submission.
Wow, that's our grand strategist. It's a lot to think about, though. Which option should we choose?
I'm going to attack them head on.
That will depend on our assessment of our own abilities.
Oh.
A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution, but requires superior combat skills.
I'm kind of awesome, though.
With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a protracted battle. But absolute stealth would be required during the operation, or we'd risk exposing ourselves.
Stealth doesn't exist in this game unless if they make you do it.
If we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. So, which is your preferred option?
Honestly, I think I would go with the gunpowder, but I also believe on taking out the leader as fast as possible. I like that strategy. So, surprise air raid.
There's the swordfish captain I know. Every confidence in your abilities.
Mm-hmm.
It's decided then. Let's fight this one together. I'm no warrior myself, but I can still provide some support. I certainly won't be dropping you into battle all by yourself. We should take them down as quickly as possible and retrieve the merchant's goods.
Hey! And we have Kokomi now. Her animations are amazing. I love that. Okay, yep. That's cool. Now, where is the leader? That guy? It's just that guy, right? Oh! We're just in it.
Prepare yourself.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
Freeze to the core! The king is overthrown. Only the pawns remain.
Disappear!
I'll put you on.
Decided by destiny.
Ow.
Rest and rebuild.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Oh! Good thing there's healing.
Shut up.
Alright, there we go. Guy was making it awkward.
Excellent work.
All thanks to your genius tactics.
Well, we kind of had to just fight them all anyway, didn't we?
Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them. Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved. Victory never belongs to a single person.
Now that you mention it, Paimon did make a pretty big contribution, huh?
I beg to differ.
Hey!
What'd you do? What'd you do? I'll wait.
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp. Presumably, they've been operating out of here in secret for quite some time. What's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryou Commission? Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant's story is true, the inventory should be here.
All right, time to take a look around.
Okay. That was a little bit of a strange encounter. It wasn't that much, which I guess is fine. But there wasn't really a need to use her. I guess she did, well, when I blew up the barrel on myself, she did heal me with her thing, which is fine. But yeah, it was kind of... I expected a little bit more of them, actually... I don't know. I expected the fight to be a little bit more aggressive. There's only like 4 guys, maybe. I thought we were going to get like the reinforcements where like more of them just kind of spawn in. Kind of like how the first battle was with Goro. That helping Goro out, that whole thing. So, I don't know. It's alright, but... Can I talk to you? Can we talk? No?
Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials. This is way too dangerous. We should tell Kokomi right away and figure out the best way to deal with it.
Do we have to... Can I tell her right now? No. Okay. I have to collect all this stuff. I'm just looking for more ways to interact.
Could these belong to the merchant? There's a lot of stuff. Some of it has the Tenryou Commission emblem. Yep, this has gotta be it. So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little past their best. Is this really all they had to eat? Kokomi! Kokomi! We found the merchant's stuff! Look!
I see.
What you thinking about?
Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment.
I know what that's like. I do it all the time.
Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. And he was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit.
Yeah, so the guy was, he was robbed, right? So that's true. But he wasn't going to be the coolest of merchants either. For this exact reason. Yeah, so what do you do about that? He's not like a traitor, but he's also not making your situation any easier either.
By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items, so the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsuda and Uchimura had imagined.
Yeah, he's just not very cool.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stockpile things that people are desperate for? We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we? It doesn't feel right.
Depends. I mean, did he purchase them fair and square? It sounds like he did, so they are technically his at this point in time. I don't know if they could do anything about it, honestly. Unless if they pin some kind of legal matter on top of it. They twist it in a way. I mean, they maybe, but...
Don't worry. I had already foreseen this.
Oh, okay, good for you.
In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods. These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price.
Oh, okay, awesome. Alright, she's way ahead of the game. She already has rules in place where he can't scam people and he's just not aware of it. That's great. Alright, Kokomi's smart. Good. I like it.
If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this predicament.
Mm-hmm.
Kokomi, you think of everything.
She does.
I wish that were true.
Okay.
Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped. The low energy doesn't exactly help.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back.
What do you mean by that? Is there something else going on with the soldiers? There's some on edge, but some with low energy, like Arisawa, you know? Because we talked to him, and there had to have been a reason why we talked to him. Because that conversation, like, went nowhere. And because it went nowhere, I was thinking that we're going to come back to this. But how?
It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this resolved before it starts.
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast.
Alright. Bird attack! Oh. Hi. I didn't mean to do that. Pressing all the wrong buttons.
My goods! You got them back, huh?
Yep.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain. You see, I told you I was innocent.
It's true. He is innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing with the Fatui in advance.
Alright, Masuda. Now you need to freaking go home and take a nap.
Based on the information we gathered from the Fatui camp, there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that they didn't try to frame him.
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
This is like sounding like you have like an actual personal grudge at this point.
Apologies.
That's not what it says here.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue.
All right, don't be rude.
Brawn and no brains coming to me with your crazy conspiracies. Lay off me next time, got it?
Well, yeah, man, you could have not tried to sound like a dick just now.
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the consequences.
Oh. Yeah, so I guess it was a crime. If that's what it says on the decree. I didn't read the decree. I don't know. But if she says it's on the decree, and she made it, then sure. I get it. You're fucked, pal.
You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine, the amount of which...
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
It's called just being logical.
I have no business taking sides. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principle of clear and consistent rewards and punishments.
No business taking sides. If only the Genshin community could do the same thing.
Just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized. You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled at you, but this does not exempt you from bearing the consequences of your mistakes.
Wait a minute,
Well, don't just stand there. Take him away. Time to pay up.
Guy got pretty aggressive real quick.
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryou Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
It seems the Fatui simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest, I'll leave you to sift through and try to track down the owners. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine. Why don't you come along for the walk?
Okay. We'll go for a walk. Cool with that.
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I last came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine.
Okay. Oh.
You know, the earliest shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya.
Oh.
It was close to the Statue of the Seven. Back then, the people of this island recognized the Shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the Shogunate do.
Right.
But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time.
Yeah.
I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule? Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
That makes it so much easier for her, man. Thanks for saying that.
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
She's tired.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not something that can simply be declared.
I want to go to war!
If we reconcile with them, the god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Well, yeah, but your god did go mad, supposedly, because of the whole erosion thing. So...
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
Kinda agree with this guy.
I know, it's just... We should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Well, kinda. You need to compromise in a way where it benefits you too. There's a difference between negotiation and surrendering. You guys aren't surrendering. You're not losing. I mean, I guess it depends how but it's like if they offer you a deal and you don't like the deal, you say, nah, do better. I mean, they're the ones who are kind of fucked up, right? I mean, everyone is screwed up because the war just happened. But I mean, you know, they have a whole... They've got a whole clan that's like in the shitter because of the whole thing. So, I don't know.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy mother. You're a kind and gracious leader. She'd be in very good hands. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make the most of it. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and intelligent. My daughter has always looked to you as a role model.
She's got a lot on her shoulders.
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Oh boy.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest situation.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay. Yep, I see what's happening. Okay.
Oh, Your Excellency, isn't this the captain of Swordfish 2?
Mm-hmm.
Will he be based on Watatsumi Island from now on?
No. I will not. Thanks for being curious, though, I guess.
Your Excellency!
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your queries. Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond to each one as and when I have the time.
Chat with the friendly people alongside Kokomi.
Are you alright?
This is testing my patience. I'm fine.
This kind of thing is water off a duck's back for you, huh?
Yeah, they're mostly talking to you.
Your Excellency, here you are.
Jesus Christ, Izumi, now's not the time.
There's been a situation.
Oh.
We're still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
God damn it.
Oh, we retrieved those already. No need to worry.
Oh yeah, we're fine. We got those.
Really? That's fantastic. You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today? Right now?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around the island with you, but it looks like we'll have to save that for some other time.
Okay.
Well, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine. Then we'll go and make preparations for the victory feast.
Yay! The victory feast! Just to be clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialties, which I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow then!
So that was interesting. We went on the walk, and as we were walking, there was a very long silence. Right? Like, she said something, and then we walked for a while, and then almost when we were done getting through the town, she said something again. And then we entered a cutscene. Normally, when you're walking with a character, they're just talking to you. For the majority of the time you are doing that walk. It's also strange how it was us walking together, although this could have easily have been a moment where we're walking on our own to the checkpoint and she's talking to us. I don't mind that we actually had to walk with her, that's cool, but I felt like there would have been more to that. Now, on the other side, either that was just weird because it just was, or on the other side, it was on purpose to have her say very little and walk mostly in silence with her because she's tired. And then we had this scene with a bunch of people just talking with her, asking her things, being all up in her business. It kind of reminds me of Barbara's Hangout, except Barbara's Hangout, it was more like fanatic people obsessing over her. Meanwhile, Kokomi's just a very highly respected leader. She is the leader, and she clearly makes herself available to everybody. So when people have the chance to interact with her, there is no shame. They will walk up and they will just interact with her. So, although she's a very good strategist, and she's good at making like her rules and establishing how things work, it also seems that she has a little bit of a problem of, I don't want to say that she has a problem with saying no, because she clearly has before, but she has trouble reinforcing that no. Do you know what I mean? Because she's just kind of like, I want to help you, I will help you guys, but like, you know, let's do it some other time, or, you know, write something to me and I'll get to it when I can, blah, blah, blah. And people don't listen, they keep going after her to get her attention, regardless of what she's asking. So it's strange. People feel a little too comfortable around her. That's how I see it. It's interesting. I don't know if the game meant for it to be that way, but that's how I saw it. and not just like, we couldn't figure out what to have her say here, so it's just quiet. You know what I mean? That's, so I'm kind of using my own headcanon is that she wasn't talking in that moment for a period of time because of how tired she is. And how tired we see her become more so. I mean, she hints that she was tired before all this when we were on the beach at the Fatui camp. So, I mean, yeah, she's overworked at the moment. Kokomi is no doubt a brilliant strategist. And you could come up with some pretty good plans too, if you support the right people. And that's right, I'm here to tell you that I'm one of them. If you support me by signing up to become a member either here or on my Patreon, look at that, there's options for you. You can get the exclusive content. You can get the early access. You can get all of the things that I have to offer that just equal a good time. So do the right plans. Do the strategy if you can afford to do so, because it not only helps me, but it entertains you, and that's what this is about. Thank you for your time. Back to the video. It's so cool looking.
Huh. Kokomi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to show up late to things. Let's wait a little longer.
Okay. After some more time.
How is she still not here? Do you think she could be in trouble?
She's probably passed out, pulling a Jean at her desk right now.
Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Okay.
Are you looking for Her Excellency?
Yeah.
I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
Oh.
So strange. Guess we should just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her general operational directives. Let me see. Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark here. Kokomi has a spot to relax. A place where she goes to unwind. And this is something that she does frequently. Or frequent enough where this is her spot, right? And I guess at some points she can't help it and she just needs to go there and do the thing. However, she does have this step in case if she's absolutely needed, she can still be found. Which is interesting. That's my guess. Whether or not that's true, I'm not sure. But it's kind of like it's similar to like Venti and the tree, right? Like that was his spot. Same thing with Jean. That's like her spot as well. So, Kokomi has her own spot here on Watatsumi Island.
The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status.
Am I a VIP status?
As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times. I'm sure this is the right course of action.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Shibata.
Kokomi really does think of everything. Alright, let's find the place she wrote about and have a look.
Okay. Thanks, Shibata. We're gonna go bother Kokomi and tell her that it's your fault. Let's see if I was right. That's a nice tree. And...
Are you sure this is the right place? It feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere.
It's fine.
Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's a way in over there. Let's take a look.
Oh. Hey. This is cool. I don't know if I've ever been here before. Probably not, but she has her own little, her own study here. That's cool. Nice. This is her to get away from it all place. Yeah, for sure. Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, sorry.
Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What happened?
She sleeping?
It's you.
Hmm. Little dozing.
I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
I get it. You're overworked.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away.
Yeah, I know a guy. He's on another region. It's gonna take a bit.
No. It's nothing like that. It's just... my energy is completely spent.
Yeah. Kokomi, are you introverted? Because when I'm around a lot of people, the energy just gets sapped from me and I need, like, time to just be by myself. Like, big time. I don't understand how extroverts work. I know a lot of extroverts, and they're cool people, but I don't know how being around people gives you energy. It's mind-boggling. But hey, all the more power to them. I can't deal. I can fake it. I can adapt to the situation, but afterwards, I feel destroyed.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
Paimon, that's a very good question. I'm kidding. That was a stupid question. Shut your mouth.
No, it's just a figure of speech. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't always be the infinitely capable person I present myself as.
Everyone was asking so much of you yesterday. I could sense things were getting to you.
You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it.
No, that wasn't me trying to tell you to work. It's okay. You can feel that way. It's fine.
To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor.
You do a damn good job.
Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work.
I don't envy you.
You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the Divine Priestess, sooner or later. Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while.
Fair.
Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else.
Good. You got it under control. You smart, you doing it.
I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard-won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Yeah, you just rest up now, and then you give your speech, and then you go hide away or something, if you can.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process.
What?
I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. Oh, where did I put it?
You want a bedtime story? I could read a bedtime story. I mean, you shouldn't go to bed, though. But you can nap. You want a nap time story?
We'll find it for you. And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
Yeah.
You do that for me? Thank you.
Yeah, Paimon taught me how to read. I'm sure I could read a complex military book. Paimon would know that terminology just fine, right?
I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
I got this.
Whoa, look at all these petitions. So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting?
Probably.
Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated Annual Report on Fishing Production. Watatsumi Island Monthly Maintenance Expenses Breakdown? This is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. It's no wonder she gets burnt out from time to time.
Don't worry, Paimon, I'm listening.
Let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again.
Oh, okay, so that wasn't the book. That was just, yeah, the petitions. Okay. How about over here?
Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted?
Oh! What? Time for reading. Secret notes. Today, I spent the entire afternoon arguing with representatives from the Merchant Association. Energy, -4. Oh. Many things must still be settled. I need to ensure that they allow the goods to flow smoothly, but I must make sure that their money is made through legal means. Today, I finished a day's worth of work. Energy, -3. I'll have to write up another batch of directives tonight. Hopefully this won't go on too late. I still need to perform an inspection tomorrow. The wind is very strong outside. Energy -2. It seems like it will rain soon. I can only hope that the waves aren't as rough, and those who go out fishing can return safely. News of the peace talks reached us today. Energy +2. An end to this war will surely make everyone on Watatsumi Island happy, won't it? Today, we received word that the Tenryou Commission might be colluding with the Fatui. Energy -5. Even I'm struggling to understand what's going on. Swordfish 2's captain came back today. Energy +4. We tactically agreed not to speak of Tepe. And no one spoke of those who sacrificed their lives during the war. This peace was far too hard fought. Okay. Lots of people spoke to me today again. Energy -3. Looking at their earnest faces, I can't help but think back to the time that I took up the post of Divine Priestess. Have I really lived up to their expectations all these years? So, this is her kind of making these notes, these entries, but tying them to how much energy she feels like it's taking up from her and what things rejuvenate her. And she's actually putting like a number system to it. I don't think it's like she's almost gamifying her energy level, which is interesting. I want to say like it's not a bad thing to do this, but it feels like it could potentially be a little more negative than positive overall, right? Because you're still listing all the things that have the negative connotation to it. And right now, as you can see, they outweigh the pros. So you look at this, you're just kind of like, oh, only 2 good things happened this weekend or whatever, and look at all the stuff that's wearing me down. And it just reminds you of that, and it puts you back in that, puts you in a not great state. And that's what this is. That's what it makes me think of. One thing I will say, though, I'm not a huge fan of this. I get it. I get why. But the people who sacrificed need to be remembered. Teppei fucked up. But it wasn't all his fault. And he still, of course, wanted to do good. And he wasn't the only one. He was just an example of someone who fell into that trap. So hopefully this is just a for now situation. Because as sad as it could be, as melancholic it could be, you still need to remember those who were there that did something. Interesting notes, Kokomi.
Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4. That's just,
We saw nothing, and if we did, it was all Paimon's fault.
Give it here.
Oh. Oh, this was... they are secret notes.
Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking.
Sorry. Okay, to be fair though, they are her secret notes, and it was kind of treated like diary entries. And you could write whatever the fuck you want in that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's... So, if she had to write something a certain way that maybe I don't understand, but if it helps her deal with the situation that she's in, who am I to judge it, really? You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't blame her for getting all embarrassed about that and just maybe a little frustrated.
It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one, so she must have finished reading those already. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Paimon doesn't understand a thing.
Great.
Well, let's take it over and read it to her.
I don't understand it, but I'm gonna read it. That's good. Kokomi, I'm gonna take a seat. Let's talk. Or read. Let's read.
Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you read a bit out loud?
Act to the plan, and plan to the situation. Attack where the enemy is weak. Emerge where the enemy is blind.
Yes, that's the one.
This is gonna be...
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're about to have the best nap time story. You read Kokomi her favorite military treatise.
Kokomi? Kokomi!
She passed out.
Oh no, she's fallen asleep. What are we gonna do?
Let the poor girl sleep is what we're gonna do.
Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the peace talks are just around the corner. She's got so much to do.
Wow, an actual choice. I wonder if it'll matter. Let's let her rest for a while.
You sure that's a good idea?
Yes. Yes, I do.
She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go, too. Alright, let's keep her company while she rests.
Yes.
Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs. The war's over. Things are slowly getting better. Oh.
Sleep talker.
Did you see?
See what? Take a break together with Kokomi for a while more.
What time is it?
You did.
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast.
Oh, how close are we to the feast? Like, Paimon, we were gonna supposedly wake her up so she didn't miss the feast. I mean...
I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there. Should be enough to see me through the peace talks.
Okay. So this is her quirk, huh? Never saw this going into her character at all. I think it's actually kind of funny. It's strange, but I'm like okay with it.
Thank you. Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy! Good to have you back.
I wonder if we said if we should wake her, if it would have been different. Probably not. It probably would have been like Paimon would have changed her dialogue maybe and would be like, oh, I don't know, she looks like she's out cold. Maybe we should wait. That's how what I'm predicting. But it is... I am curious. If any of you woke Kokomi up, let me know if it was any different than what just happened now. If you remember. And if not, don't worry about it. Okay. So... that was nice. It was a cool little moment. Yeah, it looks like we're having it over here with the bonfire. That's nice. Alright. Watch out. Coming in hot. That kid's happy to see me. Hey. Yep. That's my fan right there. Oh, he stopped cheering. Okay, how about you? Yep. Oh, you don't care either. Okay, that's fine. Uh-oh.
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
I thought it was glitched because we heard the clock, but the cutscene started. We're fine.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
Good.
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Kokomi walks by the banquet fire, you know, stuff.
Welcome, everyone. Today is the day that we celebrate our victory. Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for peace talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory.
Woo! After a while...
Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going smoothly. People tend to be more open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather?
Sure.
I still have no further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
Hi, Hirai.
Watatsumi Island is finally at peace, and it's all thanks to Her Excellency, Sangonomiya.
What's new? Anything to report?
Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but there was just nothing I could do.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning. At least things are finally improving now. I hear you're captain of Swordfish too, is that right? Well, thank you for your service. Here, have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
It's just a fish, like I have to cook it? I mean, that's fine. I mean, I guess I can clean a fish and cook it. What kind of fish?
Oh, no. We couldn't possibly.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her Excellency always teaches us to repay kindness with gratitude.
Okay, well, thanks. Come on, let's go talk to some others.
Now we're walking around with a fish. And a bunch of other stuff. Kabasawa.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue.
What's new? Anything to report?
Are you referring to the thing about the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui?
Yeah.
I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed.
Tell me the rumors.
It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there?
I see him.
He's been acting strange these days. Always shouting and waving his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times.
I can't believe it.
It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves.
Me neither.
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
I'm gonna talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
Let's. Thank you. Cozen.
This guy smells of booze.
Oh god, he's drunk.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish too, right?
Yeah, that be me.
You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
What do you mean? What? Why would you? What?
Nuh-uh. We would never run from a fight.
Exactly.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability.
Yeah. Don't make me hate you.
Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance?
A warrior's will?
You got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test. Time to see if you truly are a bona fide Resistance warrior.
Peacetime, man. Plus you're drunk.
I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
I mean...
Ugh, this guy. Would it kill him to just have a normal conversation? What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
Sure, we're hardly going to lose.
We'll see about that.
Hi. Yep. Oh. Ooh, he disintegrated.
You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you.
I'm on fire, baby.
You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade, will you join us?
What's going on?
We made it up. The story about the Tenryou Commission colluding with the Fatui, it didn't happen.
You stupid asshole.
What? Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole thing up? What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the Tenryou Commission.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve.
Say what?
Peace talks? Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warriors' will. We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel right to Paimon.
Exactly this. What it boils down to is you just want to fight.
Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it?
And I know about speculation.
Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this. What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embodied the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree.
Yeah, it's about that vengeance, huh?
I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Nomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that one. What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need to give Kokomi the full story right away.
That's a tricky situation right there. I mean, it's not. Obviously, it's go tell Kokomi, right? You can't endanger the whole island and the people on it just because of personal issues. He has every right to be angry, but this ain't it, Chief. This ain't the way. Oh man, that's heavy. Okay. Hey Kokomi, some of your soldiers are planning on doing a pretty bad thing. It's gonna cause a lot of problems. What say you?
So, we found out a few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see.
Are you feeling alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this. I think I understand what Kozen means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozen's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
I show up before the meeting starts. Like tonight, I'll wear a mask. A Fatui mask. And I kill everybody. Whose fault is that? The Fatui. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know, now you can have your peace talk. You ally and go against the Fatui and mess them up. Am I the bad guy?
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counter plan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm. Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared?
I feel like I'm ready for some peace. And talking.
Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes.
That's a lot of... Okay. Are you Doctor Strange?
I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed, no matter how the events play out.
So I'm just gonna be there with a notepad, like, oh, okay, I should act like this because they said this. That's okay, sure. That's
Whoa, this is huge. Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages. Wow, there are so many, but you've thought of a solution to each one. Paimon suddenly feels a lot less nervous.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks to be a success. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing to lend me a hand?
I also want the peace talks to succeed.
Excellent. Okay, time to head off.
Here I come. Ready for the peace talks. Where nothing bad's going to happen. And if something bad were to happen, we have all sorts of ways on countering it. I don't have those ways memorized, so I will not be able to react immediately, but I'm sure in that moment I could eventually catch up on the plan. Is that Kujo-Sara? She's gonna be here, right? I think it is. This is cool.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
I'm here to witness the peace talks. I'm kind of a big deal.
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings.
Now... Because I'll just be real. I can see Kujo-Sara not liking this. And she would be validated. for not liking the fact that I'm here watching this. Because from her perspective, she has seen me time and time again go against her. And I just showed up with Kokomi. So how am I a neutral party in this to witness this stuff? Because if something goes wrong, I can just lie about it later. Oh, he was the non-partial part, like, you know, he wasn't connected to anything. Technically, I'm not. I'm a traveler. But who did I help out during the war? Just saying. I could see this not working out.
He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it.
Okay, cool. You're not going to bring it. That's fine. Sure. That's okay. I mean, she should bring it up, but it's fine.
The first item is the Maritime Administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions, but going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine. But if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters.
Fair.
Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
Paimon, you had to say something.
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
This is true.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm enjoying this back and forth that they're having right now, trying to figure this stuff out. It's pretty fascinating to me.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
Okay. This isn't going to work. And this is going to get people heated. And the... who's watching right now, who's guarding.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security. We cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You guys... do not... Do you? I liked you. Not in this story quest, but before. Don't be that guy right now.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us.
You're not part of this. Shut your mouth. Uh-oh.
Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them.
Oh, we got a cutscene.
Protect Madam Kujo.
With the notes.
Number 16. No, wait, 67? Or is it
God damn it,
73?
Paimon Reed.
Which one is it? Kokomi, which scenario number is this in the directives?
The last one, but hold off for the moment.
Okay. I'm a little confused.
Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation?
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now!
Okay.
Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
That's enough. When we return, there will be consequences.
Get him.
Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil.
Oh, shit. Wow. Freaking Signora's faction hung back and were pissed. You know, that's cool that they're kind of addressing that here. Because it's like, it makes sense. If you have people within the Fatui loyal to Signora, and Signora's gone, they might be a little peeved and want to do something about it. Is it the smartest thing for them to do? Probably not, but it makes sense why they would do it. Oh man, okay.
One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one.
Yeah, I believe you.
We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, Grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
I respect Kujo-Sara. Honest, like, so far, every scene that Kujo-Sara's been in, like, she's just trying to do her best, man. You know? Respect. When you first meet her and it's like the whole mercy thing, like, my men screwed up. Get your mans to a doctor, you know? That happened. We're on the beach, there's the fight going on. She's just like, okay, we're gonna go warrior for warrior to kind of like start this, to like situate this stuff. Of course, they threw 3 warriors at me, but that's not the with Yaimiko talking with her and stuff, and her actually like listening and not like freaking out, figures out that, you know, because of that whole thing with Yaimiko and how her leader was just not being cool about the whole thing and lying to the Raiden Shogun and all that stuff and standing up to him, and then hunting down Senora, getting her ass kicked the moment she got there, but still, like, just, she is continuously trying to do the right thing, and I respect it. And like, and now she just heard some rumor shit. She's like, I gotta talk to my men about this. What's going on? Don't bullshit me. And now she's like, I still want peace. My bad. Respect.
But of course, Madame Kujo, I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
True.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now, but we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I never knew the Grand Strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now, until we meet again.
Hell yeah.
Your Excellency, we...
You shut your mouth.
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna put you in the hole. And you're gonna think about what you did. Convince the troops together with Kokomi. Alright, so I gotta say, I like that. I honestly thought the cutscene that happened was a little weird. Because it was just like, I don't know, they sort of jumped the gun. Well, not jumped the gun. I mean, it was a whole... But they like jumped for it. And we got in the way. And everyone hesitated. And then she like winks at us. And then Kujo handles business on her side. I mean, like, I guess they were hesitating because of Kokomi being right there, you know, and just kind of, or it's just like no one, like, I don't know. The hesitation is just like, do they really want to fight? You know, maybe that's what that was all about. Because even though Ether jumping in the middle of that, if they truly wanted bloodshed in that moment, they could have just killed him. Or try to, like, run past him. Or push through. Like, something. You know what I mean? Like, so... I don't think they're... Despite what, like, that one guy, how he was like, when it comes down to it, do you really want to start a war back up? And risk more of your friends and family dying? More so than the ones who've already passed? You know, maybe that's what that was all about. But I did like that negotiation back and forth. And seeing Kujo-Sara just kind of be a Chad and all of that. Just taking responsibility. Yep, let's go bury these guys in the backyard or something.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
Yeah.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste?
They died for peace. You idiot.
I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory, even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
Yeah, think about the people you're supposed to be fighting for, man.
But...
Idiot.
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
You can't be responsible for that. No.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency.
Yeah.
It was ours. Our selfishness.
Thank you. Man, all these people taking up responsibility these days. This is crazy. People learning and shit. Nuts.
Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare...
3 steps on a Lego piece, each of you.
That as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Perseverance and grit will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war.
Yeah, just like you guys, they're kind of doing the same.
It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed. Go and report to General Goro. And remember, there can be no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
I think that's finally everything in hand.
I get what she did. It's also a little weird. They're still kind of getting what they want, which I guess isn't a bad thing. It's not as extreme, but it's still, you know, there's some people that are just, like I said earlier, and what we were seeing from these others, like how do you expect us all to return to normal life when we got so invested into this warrior's will thing? So she just made a special corps for those people to just be protectors of the island. Especially now, since there will probably be threats from the Tenryou Commission, renegades or whatever you want to call them, because they'll have this similar mindset that these people had. Okay. Like, I don't dislike it. It is definitely a way of trying to make everyone happy. But it's still... My issue is that they almost caused a huge problem. And I don't think hard, grueling training, which is something that they ultimately want anyway, is a form of punishment. It's kind of like, we did something that almost destroyed Watatsumi Island, and now we're super soldiers. Cool. It's kind of weird. It's a little... I see the logic, but I also don't necessarily entirely agree with it. I'm not against it, but I'm not all for it either. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea, what she did? Do you think it's dumb? Do you think she should have actually punished them or something? Or she's very much in the headspace of, like, she doesn't want any morale to be lost. You know, we're not even talking about the people who sacrificed their lives yet. I'm sure it's just like for now thing. Eventually it could be touched upon once people start to like recover a bit, and there could be a whole nother thing for memoriam of those people. But like, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little torn, but interested.
I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Sure.
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more.
How are your energy levels? Are they over 9,000?
Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved.
Fair.
I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time.
You did, Admiral. You did a good job.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess.
The people don't know any better. It's fine.
In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life.
Oh. Only that?
But I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
About that, I need to continue my journey to figure out what's going on with my sister. Why do you look at me like that? I need to. I could visit? How much longer are we thinking? I guess the answer is no. That was a way to end it. This story quest was weird. And by weird, I don't mean that it was a bad thing, but at the time I felt one way about it, and I kind of struggled and had to reflect and look back at it after I was done to really come to a conclusion of what I thought about this story quest. And the fact that I had to do that about the story quest in the first place actually says a lot. And my general thoughts are that I enjoyed it, but maybe not for the reasons people would expect. Now, let me explain here that I think Kokomi is a terrible leader. I think she's god-awful. She's a great strategist. She's good at military planning, and in fact, that is where her passion is, and she tells us that she is good in that department. She doesn't want to be a leader of everybody. She doesn't want to have all this stress of these hopes and dreams on her shoulders of other people that are looking up to her to do the right thing just because that's what's expected of her. She does her best, but she ultimately fails at it time and time again, it seems. And I could see some Kokomi lovers jumping to defend her and like, oh, but she's young and she's stressed and blah, blah, blah. And it's so relatable because sometimes people just need to escape and do their thing. And that's true. And that's true. And I'm not taking that away from her. But this is why she's a bad leader. This is why she's made some bad calls. Because it's too overwhelming for her. And she can't handle it. And she escapes. And yes, she has plans upon plans upon plans. But in the end, it just isn't working out in a favorable way. Here are some examples. Her punishment is a reward. There were her soldiers that almost started some bad things. They almost started huge problems. The fighting was going to begin again if they actually got their way. And instead of, giving them some kind of punishment so they can think about what they did, she essentially gave them what they wanted. She made them a super special task force, and the punishment is, you're gonna have to train really hard and it's gonna be tough. They want that. That's exactly what they want. So by almost starting a war again, she decided to reward them. Just to make them happy. That's not a good strategy. It's just not. I don't care who you are. You could say, oh, but kindness is... No, fuck that. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. It never has. Not in a situation when it comes to this, when it comes to nations at each other's throats on the verge of returning to war. Like, you don't need that kind of... That's not discipline. It doesn't work. So, although she is great at being a military strategist, when it comes to handling things of this nature, she's not great. The other issue I have with Kokomi is that the tepe thing. Now, I know maybe not everyone is super into the whole tepe thing, and some people are, but unfortunately, Kokomi is making Tepe's worst nightmare come true. This was Tepe's fear. We are not honoring his legacy, and that's what he was most concerned with, and Kokomi does not care. Because it's about the people rather than the individual. So I understand it from that perspective, but it's really sad. It's really sad to not honor the people who were lost. Can you imagine having a Veterans Day and then just not having a Veterans Day? Like we just decide like, oh, you know, like there's people who died, obviously, because that's what happens in war, but let's not talk about it because that will make people sad. Hopefully in the future, there could be something, if there hasn't been already, that does honor the dead, the people who did sacrifice their lives, because this is a very, very uncool move. I know that morale is important, but it's also important to respect those that fought and served for you. Kokomi is an asshole for this move. Not intentionally, because I think her heart is in the right place, but it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful, and any other leader seeing this would look down upon her immediately. And that's just what that is. You can't go to war and then just say, no one died! Of course people died. Where are their names? Let's honor them. Now, does that make me hate Kokomi? No. Actually, this makes me like Kokomi more, because I think character flaws are needed. Character flaws are necessary. Character flaws are more important than character strengths. And that's just how I feel. I think Kokomi is a very complex, very interesting character. So, although I had my ups and downs throughout this, talking with Kokomi, able to sympathize to an extent and feel for her, she has to make a lot of tough decisions. And it's just time and time again, when it comes to these more personal things, she fails. She fails, and obviously the stress gets to her. And we see that, and I'm glad that we see that. But anyway, that's how I feel. The Kokomi Story Quest was interesting. I thought the whole talking about the contracts, the negotiations was a great scene. It's weird that the Traveler's there because that's a biased party, but it's fine. You know, I'll let it slide. We are the main character. It's not like we're going to be elsewhere and not see what happens. So the negotiations were cool. Seeing that Kokomi is a good strategist is cool. Getting Kujo-Sara in there and Goro in there, that was nice. And overall, it was an enjoyable time, and I liked seeing how flawed these characters can actually be, because that makes the world more interesting. It's even better that this is a high priestess, someone of great importance, who has all of these issues. They're not as special as they appear to be, as what people think they are. And I think that was the most important thing to take away from this. These important people have problems. These gods are flawed. This priestess is flawed. These other people in power are just out of their minds. There is so many things to look into deeper, and it makes these characters more interesting. So if you thought this was interesting, thank you so much for being here, and let me know by leaving a like on the video, writing a comment down below, checking out the description for additional ways of how to follow me, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.